Welcome back. This is our third and final video. This section is benefits. And I've saved it for the last because I know it's what you really want to know about. And so we'll get right into this. Benefits of working for Junction City School District are fantastic. I'm just going to be right up front with you and tell you that. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is PERS. You have a paper in your packet that explains a little bit about PERS. If you're not familiar, PERS, P-E-R-S, is Public Employees Retirement System. And so this is the retirement system that we are contributing into on your behalf. How you become a member of PERS is by working 6 months or 600 hours in a qualifying position. Positions at the school district are qualifying positions. So you don't do anything. There's no form to fill out or anything. I do all of that on your behalf. If you have ever subbed for our district or just now as a new hire, I enter your information into the PERS system, and then PERS, watches every one of my payrolls and are watching your hours and your income. And when you have clicked over to the right amount of time or hours, they send me notification that you have met your requirements, and then I, Junction City School District, start paying on your behalf. You pay nothing. The district pays it all. You're not going to find a better deal than that. So that's PERS in a nutshell. Like I said, there's a form there with some information on it and a link to a website if you want to know more. But that's PERS in a nutshell. The next paper is TSA, which stands for Tax Sheltered Annuities, which is your 401ks, your 403bs, any pre-tax retirement that you are wanting to set up, or if you already have one set up. The good thing about any time you can have pre-tax dollars, that puts money in your pocket. If your income is $1,000, you're going to pay taxes on $1,000. Currently, it's about 35%, so that's a lot of money. If you are able to have some of that money in pre-tax dollars, such as a tax-sheltered annuity or insurance costs, like I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. So let's say you were getting $1,000 a month. You're going to pay taxes on $1,000. If you're able to put $200 a month into pre-taxed account, then you're only going to get paid taxes on $800. So as a general advice, anytime you can have pre-tax dollars, you want to do that because it puts money in your pocket. So because these tax-sheltered annuities are pre-taxed, the school district, have to be in contract with a company. The list you see before you are the companies that I am in contract with. So you can choose any of those. The process would be you would contact them, you would talk to the financial advisor, either you or they would send me a paper that says, Susie wants $50 a month put into her TSA, and then it will stay that way, roll over from year to year until you tell me to stop it or change the amount or anything like that. Now, if you already have a TSA, but it's with a company that is not on my list, I cannot do a tax deduction to a different company. What you can do is a couple of things. You can let that prior money sit in an account. It's not going to go anywhere. It can sit there. Or when you talk to one of my account people, one of the companies that I have accounts with, you can talk to them and they can transfer those earlier funds over to the new company if that is a choice that you would want to do. That would be completely up to you. But I am only legally allowed to give pre-tax money from your check to one of these companies. I'm only allowed to do it with companies that I'm in contract with. That's federal laws, and so we don't get to mess with those. So that's that. So insurance, that's the big thing. So we do offer insurance, medical, dental, vision, life, and long-term disability. You have some paperwork there in front of you. Most of it is going to link you to the website of OEBB, which is Oregon Educators Benefit Board. That's who we buy our insurance through. Again, it's legislated by the state of Oregon. We don't have an option. So this is who we get our insurance through. And you will see the different plans that are available. You will see, well, when you go online, there will be lots of plans. When you look at the rate sheet that you have in front of you, it's going to tell you what plans we offer. We do not offer all of the plans. There's too many, but you will see what we offer. On the rate sheet, you will also see a number that is how much, it's called the district cap. That's how much I'm going to pay on your behalf. If you look at a medical plan and it's $800, and then you look at a dental plan and it's $100, and you look at a vision plan and it's $50, that means the total package is $950. You're going to look over at the chart and see how many hours you work. If you're that 6-hour employee, it's going to say how many dollars I will pay. So it might be that I'm going to pay the whole amount. If the cost, the monthly cost of your choices, the plans that you've chosen, if they are more than what it shows on the chart that I'm going to pay, then the balance will be taken from your check pre-taxed. So you don't have to take all of them. You don't have to take dental and vision. It's completely up to you. At the time of making this video, and these things could change, but at the time of this video, dental and vision are what's called composite, which means if you're going to purchase it for yourself, be sure to put everyone in your household on that plan also, because the cost is the same. That's called composite. For the medical, it's tiered, which means it will be one rate if it's employee only, another rate if it's employee and children, and it says children. If it's one child or 6 children, it doesn't matter, same rate. Employee plus spouse, or full family, which would be employee, spouse, and any children. Again, Oregon regulations, there is domestic partners. It works the same as spouse. If that's your situation, we do have a form that you have to add with your insurance to verify that you are a legitimate domestic partner, just, not adding on the neighbor or something. So that's all part of it. All this information is in the packets. Insurance is a big topic, and most people don't want to talk about it, don't know a lot about it. And to be honest, you remember the old Charlie Brown videos when the teacher went wah, 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 wah. That's what most people hear when we talk about insurance. So it's good for you to go to the website, look at the papers, get a visual, see what's offering there for you. And then ask me questions, because often there are questions to be asked when it comes to insurance. And I've been doing this long enough now. I think I can probably answer any question that you have, and there are no dumb questions when it comes to insurance, okay? Insurance is confusing, and I want you to get the best choices that are the right for you. Different families, have all different needs in different situations. So we want to make sure that you get the right choice for you and your family. If you already have insurance and you don't need it or don't want it, then we have an option for an opt-out option. And again, in order to opt out, you have to have group medical coverage. It can't be something that's not a group. It can't be Oregon Healthcare. It can't be Medicare. It can't be any of those. It has to be a group plan that probably your spouse is covering you on. So if you have that situation, then you can opt out. If you opt out, there is a financial benefit in that I will put money into a flex account on your behalf. A flex account is basically a little credit card, and you can use it to pay any co-pays. You could use it at the dentist. You could do it for glasses, prescriptions, any medical expenses that you might have that your current insurance is not paying for and covering. You could use this flexible spending account. And so I put money in there. Currently, it's $350 a month. That's fantastic. That's a lot of copays and extra dollars for you to use. If you want to get the medical insurance, if you want to get the dental and vision, but not the medical, because like I say, you're covered probably through a spouse for your medical, but they don't offer dental and vision, and you want to purchase dental and vision only, you can do that, and then there will be a smaller amount given to you or given to the company on your behalf for a flex spending if you want to opt out of medical. There's another, that's all on the flex spending card. One other option in flex spending is you can put money yourself into a flex account. Let's say that you know that you have an expensive prescription that is not covered by insurance, and it's $200 a month, but it's something that you have to have. So it would be a good idea to put money into a flex account to cover that. Why? Because it would be pre-taxed. You would be getting all that money that you're spending anyways, but pre-tax. And that, like I said, always helps you. If you know that the kids are going to need braces this year, and that's, a good expense, and you know you're going to pay it, it's going to be out of your pocket, go ahead and put that amount of money into a flexible spending account, because the deal is pre-tax. Anytime you can get to have money deducted from your check pre-taxed that you're going to spend anyway, that's a good deal. And you can certainly ask me more questions about that if you have more questions. We do offer plans that are compatible with an HSA. If you already have an HSA established and you want to continue in that way, we can do that, and you'll see that on the insurance paperwork that it's notated which plan is HSA compatible and how you can go ahead and sign up for that plan and put money into an HSA account if you would like. Again, pre-tax, that's the key. Pre-tax. One more option I'd like to tell you about, which is a benefit to the district. If you've been in our district long, you have heard ET, or Education Together. They're a fantastic local group of people that have a scholarship fund together. That started out, and they are a scholarship fund, so our seniors often get scholarships for college. Our adult ed, they're generous with their scholarships, but they are also very, very generous to our district, both classrooms and district-wide. In the springtime, when so many classrooms are going on field trips, the expensive part of a field trip, to be honest, is busing. Oftentimes, they will pick up the busing part of a field trip so our kids can go have some of these experiences. When you walk through the classrooms, about, 60-70% of the smart boards in the classrooms were paid for by ET. Like I say, it's a wonderful, generous local group that supports Junction City School District. They asked us a few years ago if we would be able to make opportunity for our employees to contribute monthly to their cause through payroll. And we said, of course we would make that happen. We have to tell you, this one is not pre-taxed. And that's because this group wants to have their own control of how they spend their money and how they donate their money. And so it would not be pre-taxed. This absolutely is optional. You can do this at any time if you want to. I have people that give $5 a month. It's just a wonderful thing. And like I say, you are new to the district. That's why you're watching this video. So maybe you don't know enough about them yet. Ask around, or maybe wait till next year and you can see for yourself that they're just a great and generous group. So we just wanted to give you that opportunity. So that is it for the benefits. There's one more page in your packet, and you'll see that it's a page that just kind of outlines what we have talked about in all 3 videos. And if you can just sign that in the bottom, you're not signing your life away. All you're doing is I'm going to put that in your file, and it's going to say, it's going to tell me that you watch these videos and that you should have this information. So in further times when you have questions, I'll be able to refer back to information that you got here on these videos. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of this. And again, email me if you have any questions.